Well, here I am. I made it. Welcome back. It's moving day on the homestead. We're going to start by moving some dirt. There's a big old gap around the tank of the outhouse, so I'm just filling that in right now. And there's the dogs helping me to move the dirt. And here I am. I did this at least a month ago. But you want a shower when you're off grid, and this has been my solution so I don't have to drive 20 minutes each way and pay money to take a shower. Look at that. Simple. It's a privacy shelter that I picked up at Walmart before I stopped shopping at Walmart. You can use that technique with anything that you want to cover around with plastic. You just cut an X in it and pull it over. Okay, so from the dirt pile to where that tape measure is 25 foot. That's the length of my travel trailer. I have cleared that much, about a little over half of my sand pile. This is very not level, so I will have to find a way to level this quite a bit for the travel trailer. But as you can see, from there, I still have quite a bit of room to get around. So my trailer is about the same length as the width of my house. So that's going to work out just fine. We'll still be able to go out the back door, which is right about there, around the trailer, up some steps that I'm going to build to the outhouse. So it'll only be a very minor detour. And this is me getting ready for a shower before work. Here's my cute pink scrubs. Actually, I think that's my Where's Waldo scrubs. And there you go. Now I can go to work. And here's another day. This is actually moving day. Some of you saw me put this kennel up. Taking off the tarps, taking off the screen, taking off the roof. That gate is made of steel. It's very heavy. It was supposed to thunderstorm all day. I had to go get my camera. If I had a bunch of cameras, well, that'd be all right, wouldn't it? Right now, I can't even really afford having the second phone for a camera, because it's a second phone bill. But I enjoy making these videos. And if at some point enough people start watching them, if at some point people decide that I'm making good enough content, maybe YouTube will start to pay me. Maybe I could start making enough money to replace my income from my job. And then I could make even more videos. And that would be wonderful. All right, back to our regularly scheduled program. The acronym is GO.A.L. Get Out and Look. That is the most valuable bit of information I learned at truck driving school. Down there is where I saw the big dog tracks and the moose tracks. So I don't want the dog's kennel right in here, but I'm going to make them a paddock so that they can run around over here. Anyway, eventually I will open up and fence in more and more and more for them to be able to run. For now, let's give them a little bit of space, okay? And stop tying them up right here so if they don't do that. That's just my porch foundation, I promise. All right. I'm thinking I'm gonna want to be able to get through there, but their kennel can always be moved. And that's a pretty flat spot. Let's put it there. All right, let's go ahead and get this kennel up. can't tell what I'm doing, I've taken some ratchet straps. I saw some guys using ratchet straps to stretch a fence. And I thought, wow, that's a really good idea. Why don't I use the ratchet straps to bend this piece of fencing? So I've got 2 on. I tighten one, and that loosens the other. I tighten it up some more. And each time I have to take it off, unwind it, and then pull the strap to tighten it up. And now, the green ones are, I think they're called buckle straps, because it's just a little buckle. You push the little button and it loosens them. That was probably the best idea I had all day. And I'm just using zip ties to keep that on there. So it won't go up, won't go down. At least I think so. And now the next one I'm doing just with the buckle straps. I realized that I could use my weight to bend that piece of fence. So there's 2 options for you there. And the buckle straps, I release one a little bit, then I release the next one. I'm going side to side so that they don't get all wonky. Now, the reason that I'm going down on the one side is because when the fence panel was cut in half for this, they weren't cut. The pieces weren't even. And so I want to be able to zip tie them together and have them be even for the roof. And here's another neat trick. Okay, pull something over. I've seen people put tennis balls with string attached up over their high tunnel to pull the greenhouse plastic over. So I used the ratchet straps and it worked really well. You need to use a couple of them though. Some of you may recognize this platform. It's the one that I built to put my water totes on to bring them out here to Michigan. The little dog crate that I was using for a doghouse was too small for both dogs, and they would fight over it. So we're improvising right now with pallets. Use what you have. If you don't have lumber to build a doghouse, but you do have pallets, use your pallets. This is not a forever solution. This is improvised. Just so that my dogs have something that they can go into that'll feel like a cave. Because dogs like caves. Before winter, I will be making a new doghouse with new materials. There's enough underneath that they know they can get in and out. I can't really help them with the mosquitoes right now, but there is a roof over their head. They're secured, so wild animals aren't going to get to them and they're not going to run off. They have a platform to keep them up out of the mud, and then they have a cave to go into. I've got to do a little bit of work. I have to cut off this little piece right here of the tines that will poke me in the eye if I try to go in and out. Also, on the other side, I need to cut off a little bit of that. Not much. And then another project for another day, aside from getting screen on this, and I'm gonna make a thing. You'll see. But I'm gonna put this cattle panel, or not this cattle panel, this kennel panel over here by this door as a barrier. And then I'm going to get their electric fence wire all around through here so that I can leave this door open. I should turn. So that I can leave this door open and they'll be able to go in and out. Now, as far as mosquitoes are concerned, I bought a magic mesh screen door. And I don't know if you know what that is, but it closes automatically with magnets. And I am going to put that up there so that they can go in and out and still be protected from the mosquitoes. Now, that is not a today project because I have to work tomorrow and I still have to move my travel trailer, and it's like 5 in the afternoon and I haven't eaten anything today. So I'm going to go get my dogs. I'm going to put them in their kennel because there's a few things that have got to go in the back of my truck. I'm going to move my utility trailer and unhook that and eat. Then go get my travel trailer and get my house set up. It took an hour and a half to back that trailer up. Now I'm working on leveling. About a ½ an inch high on this side. Not a whole lot I can do about that. Well, I got here. $9.39, $29, $30. Barely made it. Not quite dark out. Well, here I am. I made it. I can't believe it. That is such a long, windy driveway. There were times when, the trailer was on the outside edge of a curve, but my truck was almost in the inside edge of the curve down in the ditch. But I made it. All right? I made it. It took time. It took patience. I had to reset. You have no idea how many times I had to reset. But I am. Whoops. Near the outhouse that I have permission to use. By the way, it's getting inspected August 1st. I am near my dogs again. And tomorrow I'm going to start doing their yard up so that they've got a yard to run in. You'll see that on the next video. And right in through there is where I'm going to build the tiny home that I'm going to spend the winter in. And then in spring I will start working big time hardcore on this house right here. So, thank you for watching. Thank you for sticking around. Make sure that you watch the next video. It might be there, I think. Or there. And God bless. Have a great week. And remember, it doesn't matter how old you are. It's never too late to start. Bye-bye.